So Republicans in Pennsylvania got some bad news today from a federal appellate court. Now, there's been a case going on in Pennsylvania going on 3+ years now, where there's been a lawsuit over a requirement for mail-in voting that the person voting write the date on the outside of the envelope when they mail it back. Now, there has been confusion about what date they actually want written on there. Was it the date you filled it out? Some voters didn't fill out the date field at all. Some put their own birthday. It was a little ambiguous. And Republicans have always been trying to get any ones that didn't have correct dating on there tossed out. And a federal appeals court today issued a 50+ page ruling that said that it is not a big enough reason to throw these ballots out because of this date field, that it is ambiguous, and it goes against the spirit of counting every vote, and it's an undue burden on the county election boards, etc., to be checking this field and figuring out what this means, whether, can they count the vote, can they not, etc. So it got tossed. Now, this is probably going to get appealed to the Supreme Court, and we're going to see what gets decided here. But Republicans have been using that to challenge mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania successfully for a long time. This is the first time an appeals court has sided with plaintiffs in this case and said that the date rule is an undue burden. So we will see how this plays out with the Supreme Court. But for right now, it looks like mail-in ballots are going to get a little easier to count in Pennsylvania. This goes against what Republicans want. This goes against what Donald Trump is championing, because he wants to get rid of all mail-in voting, despite the fact that he votes by mail himself, because he thinks it's full of fraud. And he's going to probably point to this ruling in some sort of a way of proving his point. It doesn't. This just makes it easier for people to vote. And Republicans do not want it to be too easy for people to vote, because when people turn out to vote, Republicans lose. That just seems to be the way it is. Their policies are typically more unfavorable, and people vote against them more often when they turn out in larger numbers. Look what happened in 2020 when it was really easy for people to vote. We set voting records in this country. So mail-in ballots are going to be easier to count in Pennsylvania because this rule has been struck down. We'll see what the Supreme Court says, if they even bother to take it up.